So what brought me to GHGSat was, a long time ago during my academic life, before I moved into industry, I taught climate science at one of the top universities in Canada. And I left the climate science fora really because I was discouraged and I wasn't sure that we could actually do something about it because it's such a big problem, and I understood that very well. And I went off and I did other things, and I worked in disaster response for a very long time and mobilizing space assets in disaster response, which was exciting and impactful. But when I came across GHGSat, I saw this opportunity to do something, really to do something now. We have an environment in Canada and around the world where people actually want to make a change for climate. And I think GHGSat is well positioned to help with that. And that's my raison d'etre, is to help with that issue. And until I saw a real opportunity to do it, I just kind of avoided the topic, to be honest. And so here I am today. My students had an assignment to every day find an article about climate. Now, back in 2001, that was a real challenge. Today, you pick up any newspaper, you're going to see boatloads of articles about climate. So it's just the whole nature of the conversation has changed, and there's an opportunity. And so GHGSat's my vehicle to do that. And I always say, my team has heard it many times, in terms of opportunity for impact per unit effort, GHGSat is the best professional environment to do that.
By background, I'm an aerospace engineer, and I have to confess that I'm one of these people who has been one of these space geeks for as long as I can remember, sort of brainwashed, if you will, on things like Star Trek and Star Wars and that sort of thing. And for much of my career, that has been my focus, or my interest in space was on the exploration side of, as they say, boldly going where no one has gone before. What I have come to realize in recent years is that space is not only useful for looking out into the cosmos, but as a wonderful way of looking back at the Earth, studying the Earth, and finding ways we can make our planet a better place. And oddly enough, one of the most iconic images of the 20th century was one that really drove it home to me, and that is the very famous Earthrise picture of the Earth over the barren moon against the blackness of space that was taken by the Apollo 8 astronauts in 1968. And subsequently, with the moon landing of Apollo 11 in 1969, we all remember those pictures of the astronauts standing on the moon. But what was perhaps even more remarkable to me was those images of that very frail little blue marble just over their shoulders, looking back at the Earth, this very, very delicate and beautiful yet fragile place that needed to be protected in this great ebony darkness. And I really don't think that it is an accident that the first Earth Day actually took place barely a year after the moon landings in 1969. The first Earth Day was in 1970. And I very strongly believe that it was that environmental awareness driven by those compelling images from the moon that led us to this point. And so in many ways, we at GHGSat, I think, are sort of the benefactors or the descendants of that great legacy, if you will, the realization that we can use space technology not only to explore the cosmos, but truly for the benefit of all humankind. And I can say that this is certainly something that drives my enthusiasm and passion every day here at GHGSat. And I can also say with confidence that this is the case for many of my colleagues.